Do you think they'll have testing for the steroids games, but it'll be the opposite? Like if you test clean, they'll throw you out. Like don't try to
Um,
don't try to sneak in here as a clean athlete. Get the
yeah,
fuck out of
roids
here, bro.
only.
Yeah,
That's actually a good point.
just to make sure you're on some shit. Cause there it's called the juice games or the roid games, the
The
enhanced
enhanced
games.
games.
You got to enhance yourself with something. Welcome back to Breaking Takes, guys.
Yeah, where we break down the news, give you our take.
And just, be your guides through this wild, chaotic world of
Yes.
pop culture, news, technology, and game shows, even, which, is what we were making up our own game show before we started recording. And I had mentioned that we just got on talking about what if we put all of our exes in a group text, which
Yeah,
I think would be a hilarious time.
me too.
And I think that a great game show would be if you have 10 people that you've hooked up with, and let's say I'm the person who you can see, so I'm the contestant on the game show. There's
Yes.
10 people that are behind screens where you can hear them, but their voice is altered, and you could kind of see their shadowy figure, but you have
hmm
no idea who they are, but they answer questions about the hookup and the relationship. And they say, the sex was like this or the sex, and then you have to then guess who they are
Okay.
based on the question and answer. So essentially it's like blind X's.
Yeah. And so do you get more points the more, I'd assume the more accurate, if you're guessing the right person, does that make you acquire more points, more money? Like, how do you win said game?
Yeah, I guess. Okay,
Or
so
is it like two people go up against each other and their exes, like Family Feud, like two families, like me and you go up against each other,
that could be good.
you
And
know?
then maybe one of the X's you have in common and you don't even know.
How
Because
funny would that be?
because the game, like sometimes these game shows, they have a research team that is just
Yeah.
especially reality shows too. Their research team is just so good at digging up dirt and putting people in situations that they could pull something like that off. But I think, yeah, either just you by yourself or maybe two contestants, and then let's say it's 10 people and two contestants, you guess who they are, and then you could have something like a three strike rule where if you guess an ex's name and you have a list of possible names,
Yeah.
then if you get it right, you get points. If you get it wrong, you get an X, and you get three X's total out of 10.
Okay.
And you can also pass, but then you get no points.
Okay.
And then you have like the daily X double, like Jeopardy, when if you and the other person get down to the same person and you're like, I think that's my X, and they're like, no, I think that's your X. You're like, all right,
Mhm.
I think this is the mutual X. And then if you get it right,
Yeah.
you get double points.
Yeah, and you can, like, phone a friend.
Yeah.
If you need to call, like, your best friend, because your best friend, a lot of time, they know, like, all of your hookups and relationships.
Yeah.
So I feel like, yeah, you're allowed to phone a friend. And I want the vibes of this game show to give, like, when you stay home from school on a weekday and all that's on is like Mari and
Jerry
what's his
Springer.
yeah, I wanted to give very much Jerry Springer Mari vibes,
Yeah. I
not professional Steve Harvey vibes.
no, yeah. Steve Harvey, I
Love
mean,
him.
he's a hilarious dude that's done more.
It's family friendly.
Yeah, he's done X-rated stuff in the past where
Yeah,
he's
true.
done comedy or other shit, and he's probably getting so much money stuffed up his ass by Family Feud. He's like, I'll put on a
Oh
suit the
my
rest of
god,
my
yeah.
life. Yeah, I'll wear a
He has
suit.
so many suits. I
Yeah,
mean, how that's the best job ever. Like
yeah.
to just wake up and be like, "Oh, what suit am I wearing today?"
But he still makes it fun. To his credit, he's
Yeah.
super clean, but he's not like Jimmy Fallon clean, where it feels kind of fake and awkward. He's
That's
still,
just Jimmy Fallon, and
yeah,
that's just who he is.
yeah. Steve Harvey still kind of slips in
Yeah.
innuendos into Family Feud. There's some
There's
compilation
just enough
clips.
innuendos from the questions
Yeah,
itself, I feel.
yeah, yeah.
Good show.
I feel like there's one question where it was like things that you stuff inside, and a woman was just like dick, and the camera zoomed in on Steve Harvey's
Not
face,
wrong.
and he was like,
Good
but
good guess.
but but yeah, I think we've got a breaking takes game show in the works.
I would love it. And it's not going to work for everybody. Like there's some people, you have to have gotten around a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be
So
cool.
this gives you an incentive, to just like don't marry your high school sweetheart, okay? Take a
Yeah,
pause.
yeah,
Go take a tour and
yeah.
enjoy life a little bit.
Or if you do, cheat just a little bit though to get to that 10 number.
Yeah.
Just until, so
Just
you have a
just
story.
enough.
So you have a story. And you know, I want it to be fun, like you said. I want this to have like sort of that Jerry Springer feel, but also I don't want one contestant or exes leaving with a sore feeling in their stomach. I want everyone to have a good time. There'll probably be some people
Yeah.
that get hurt, but overall, I want this to be like, look, we've all seen each other naked.
Mhm.
We've seen, orgasm faces. Hopefully, some have been
Maybe,
faked.
probably not. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know about that.
Before the age of 21, I would say no for me. I don't think any girl I don't think any girl's seen I don't think I've seen another person's orgasm face until,
Yeah,
I started really getting in my reps.
before you started to understand,
Yeah, conducting
what it
research
takes.
until
Exactly.
really got out in the
Practice
field.
makes perfect.
100%.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good incentives. We give good advice out there for the people. Like, you need practice.
Yeah.
And it's funny that we started coming up with this game show because I actually think that on Breaking Takes, we've come up with several game show ideas.
Yeah, we have.
We're pretty good at this. And I saw a news article from the New York Post, and I also saw this on Twitter. And I kid you not, Zach, some billionaire stole one of our ideas.
Really?
And yes, so let's see if I can get his name right. Billionaire Peter Thiel.
Oh, the
I
founder of
oh,
PayPal,
you know
and
him.
I've
You go way
actually
back?
yeah, me and Pete Petey Teal, dude.
Oh,
I mean,
is it Teal?
no, I think you're
Peter.
right.
Okay,
Well, we called
I'm
him
not sure.
Teal. We called him Teal because his favorite color was teal, and
Oh, yeah, definitely.
we he's gay. He's out of the closet now, but back in the day before he was out, he used to be like, "Yo, did you hook up with anyone last night, Pete?" And he was like, "Yeah, this girl totally. Her name was Teal." And we were like, "That doesn't seem like a girl's name." And he was like, "No, I'm straight." But then he ended up coming out of the closet, so
Wait, did he really?
he is gay, yeah.
Oh, wow. Good for him.
I
Welcome to
read
the
his book.
club.
I actually read his book.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you are a fan.
I will say that I am
Good
a
for
fan of his
him.
business. I'm a fan of the way, he's become a billionaire. Seems like a chill dude. And in
You
the
know
book,
what? He's a pretty handsome guy. I should have guessed that he was a gay man. And he's German, my favorite.
yeah. I think there was
Okay.
some gay controversy actually because
Oh.
as a gay man, some people felt that he was betraying his gayness. I don't know what that means, but
I
I think he
mean,
came out in support of Trump, or he said he was a Republican, and people were like, "You can't be gay
you
and
can't.
Republican.
Come
You got to
on. Conflict
choose."
of interest here.
Yeah, so they were
All
like,
right.
you can't be gay and, do
Okay.
that."
I'll go further down that rabbit hole eventually. I didn't know all this information, so thank you for bringing that to the light. But
Yeah.
um so Peter is bankrolling the Olympics on steroids, an event that allows athletes to dope. And I swear we have definitely talked about this before.
We have, for sure. We were talking about
Why aren't we billionaires?
we should be. And I
Exactly.
remember we could go back to the episode where we came up with it. It was we were talking about a trans woman, so female to male, no, male to female that won a cycling race. It gets confusing.
Yeah, you're going
And
back and forth.
so yeah, male to female won a cycling gold medal. And then we were talking about like the way to really kick it up in women's sports is just to let everyone juice. Let the guys
Yeah.
that are on roids come into women's sports. Like we would, watch LeBron James drop 120 points in a WNBA game. Like I would,
I would just like to see a lot of people go beast mode.
yeah,
It would
100%.
be fun. So, just to read more of the article, Peter is throwing his financial muscle behind the Olympics on steroids. So yeah, you mentioned his background. He basically made his fortune at PayPal and Facebook. He's backing the enhanced games, which will likely actively encourage athletes to use performance enhancing drugs. So he's also partnering with a doctor. What is the doctor's name? Do, do, do.
I bet
Doc
his degree is from somewhere sketcy.
you know what? That you might he might I don't even think he's a medical doctor.
Yeah.
Now cuz it says the venture, which is aimed at aiding research into nutritional supplements and biohacks that push the boundaries of human performance, is the brainchild of Dr. Aaron D'Souza, a lawyer by training, who famously conceived Thiel's lawsuit against Gawker Media. So he's a doctor of law,
I was gonna say
which
that
will come in handy,
it, it's
probably.
it's not a good thing when you're saying that you're a doctor and the first thing of like the first bullet point of qualifications is a lawyer.
Yeah, nothing medical related at all.
Yeah.
But this might come in handy depending on how well
Yeah.
this whole thing goes. So yeah, we don't know too much now. They plan to provide more details on April 17th and promote the controversial concept in Paris during the Summer Olympics, which begins in July.
Mm.
I'm here for this. This sounds like they listened to our podcast and took our idea, but they have money to make it a reality, which I wish I had. Um so yeah, maybe they need to hire us because we're obviously like this is our brainchild.
Yeah. I mean, if they sent us testosterone and steroids and said, "Hey, look, we know we still you got your guys' idea, but we'll
Yeah.
we'll let you
We'll be
compete."
the first.
Yeah, we'll let you guys compete if you want. You could have a breaking takes boxing match, and both of you have 6 months to do as many steroids as you want. I'd be
Damn.
like, I mean, why not?
I would let you. I might watch, but I would let you. I would like to see you bulk up. Like, isn't I feel like there's an episode of SpongeBob where he like gets super yacked and he's got like the muscles, but he just like blew him up.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, that's what I
I remember
imagine
that.
you like. Just
I
having like just really heavy arms,
Yeah, and just no chest or legs.
no neck.
I would only work out my bis and tries, and
Yes.
then I find out that I'm competing in cycling, and I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to pedal with my hands because I have zero leg muscle.
Yeah, yeah. So I bet that there's probably a lot of athletes out there that are like, I've been waiting for this moment all my life.
Yeah, 100%. There's a it's kind of like an unwritten law, unwritten just dialogue between athletes that's if you can do steroids in a safe manner, why shouldn't we be able to? And the reason is because it's illegal and also the corporations like MLB, NBA, they all ban steroids, NFL. But if you're competing every single day and you're putting your body through so much intense rigor, it would make sense that you would supplement with the best shit that you can, and that's the stuff
Mhm.
that's illegal. So there are a lot of athletes that do wanna push it to the limit that just don't because they have a livelihood and don't wanna get caught. But these games, it
Exactly.
sounds like they're just like, we'll reward you for
Yeah.
pushing it to the absolute
You
limit."
don't make the cut at the actual Olympics, you fail a drug test, come on over.
Yeah.
Step right up. They say that individuals should be able to make choices about your body, and no one, whether it's a sport federation or the government, should be able to tell them what to do about it. In fact, Dr. Souza says, "My body, my choice. Your
Fuck yeah.
body, your
Fuck
choice."
yeah. I love how that phrase is just being applied to more and more
Right?
things.
Right?
I've heard guys use it for male birth control because
That's yeah.
now women are starting to say like, well, we're on birth control. Now there's a male pill. Now you take birth control too, and guys are like, my body, my choice, bitch. Slow down.
Right? It's like this started from like letting women have abortions because, pregnancy is pretty serious. But
Yeah.
now here we are, we're just like, let's just use this phrase for anything.
Oh yeah. I think you could combine it with abortions and performance enhancing drugs. You know, if there's a baby and you're thinking about getting abortion and the doctor's like, "Hey," or you could have a superhuman child and we
Yeah.
start giving your kid steroids right from the jump and they
Mhm.
become a juiced athlete, a
That's
worldwide
true.
phenomenon. That's also you could best of both worlds.
Yeah, they say so far 900 athletes have expressed interest in participating in the enhanced games, which is a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I doubt the whole world even knows about this. So, that's a pretty good starting point, I would say. And
Do
it
you-
seems like they want to like they're basically describing this as like, okay, you didn't win the genetic lottery. You're not just like an athletic beast, you can juice up and just become like your true self. We're letting people become their true selves, and that's
yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, and you have genetic freaks that are like, "I wanna rule the world. I'm gonna take so much testosterone and HGH that I'm gonna become the planet and
Yeah.
just eat the competition."
Yeah, do we
Literally.
think that maybe because these are enhanced games and because roids, not always if they're done appropriately, but they can cause like actual roid rage. Do you think that the enhanced games will have more altercations than like will they need to hire more security than say because there's really not many altercations in the actual Olympics. It's pretty rare.
That it's an interesting point. So I don't know how much taking steroids actually can spark an altercation or can spark anger because I've spent time around guys that I know have done steroids and they beat college tests and some went on to do it professionally and I didn't really notice anything other than the fact that they got huge and
I feel
stronger.
like it depends how much. I watched a documentary about that. Like, I don't know what it was called. It came out not terribly long ago, but it was a documentary about a bodybuilder that like might have killed his wife.
Oh,
And
I forget the name, but I
or
can
did
picture who.
something, or maybe she didn't die. I don't know. Something happened, but her career like took a tanking, and like she claimed that yeah, just over the years of roiding, he was more irritable
Yeah.
and just was very obviously strong because
Yeah.
of the roids as well.
My unexpert take is that it probably enhances whatever you have. So if you're an irritable
Okay,
person
yeah.
not on steroids, you'll probably be super fucking irritable. But I don't think if you're just a genuinely kind person that you'll all of a sudden become a complete asshole on steroids.
Yeah.
My sense is that it exaggerates your personality. But that would be
Yeah.
fun though. Like if you had like in hockey where they have pauses in the games for dudes to fight
Yeah.
They
Is
have
that
a
in
section of the
NHL?
arena,
Is that like in
NHL.
all hockey? I
The
know that more fights happen in hockey and they kind of just like let it happen.
Yeah.
It was only until this year that I realized that like they actually like let you have like they let you go like a full 3 rounds and give you like 10 minutes to throw down in the
They'll
middle of the game.
and not 10 minutes is a lot. If there's a full-on brawl, there have been just like game-ending brawls in the hockey arena, but usually it'll be 30 seconds to a minute and then you sit in the penalty box, but the referees let it go. So I think
Okay.
for the juiced games, they should have something like a roid rage cage where if
Yeah.
you're feeling it come on and another guy's feeling it too,
Yes.
you can
Yeah.
look at each other and be like, "Yo, let's fucking go." 2 minutes as hard as you can, put him in the cage, and then you get a penalty and you sit out for a couple minutes, then you go back in, just like
Yeah.
hockey.
So what do you think what would your top 5 like if we're just converting basically Olympic sports to enhanced sports, like what would your top sports be that you really want to see in the enhanced games?
I mean, just personally being a former baseball player, a washed up college baseball player, I would love to see a home run derby with guys just roided out of their minds.
Yeah.
I want to see metal bats with
All there's just not going to be anything
juiced
but
to the
home
gills.
runs.
Yeah, a normal game will just be a home run derby. I want to
Yeah.
see there are guys that are retired too that's still juice. Like Jose Canseco is a retired MLB player. He came up during the steroid era with Bonds and McGuire, Sosa,
Mhm.
all those dudes. But like he still juices and is open about it and will go to softball games and just hit the ball a country mile. And
Yeah.
he's playing with pedestrians.
Just cuz it
So
feels
I
good.
I want to see old and younger guys get together and just have like this seismic home run derby meeting
Yeah.
full of steroids.
Okay.
What
I
about
think
you?
tennis would be a good one. Like,
Yeah.
just thinking about how intense tennis is as a sport already, I just wanna see someone hawk smash those tennis balls back and forth
Yeah.
so badly. I think that'd be great,
Could you imagine Serena Williams on steroids?
right? But I can imagine.
That it, she
I like what I see.
she already serves what like 100. She has the fastest female serve, like 120 something miles
Yeah.
an hour.
Put some roids behind that? Holy shit.
Yeah, I think it'd also be funny to see something like pickleball on steroids, because
Yeah.
because yeah, like there are all these people now that because pickleball has blown up, they're walking around like they're a top tier athlete, and they're like,
They
"Yo,
really are.
dude, I'm fucking like I got my pickleball game
Like,
after
every
work,
weekend
bro.
yeah,
Yeah, dude.
every Friday, Saturday, I got all day pickleball.
Yeah, dude. Happy hour, not for me, dude. I got to recover from my pickleball game tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
quads are
I
really sore.
I want you yeah. My hamstring is feeling happy hour.
Gotta go
I
home and ice later.
I want pickleball nerds to go up against pickleboy guys roided out of their minds just to
Yeah.
like be put in their place. I think that would be pleasing to me.
Yeah, no, I agree. Those are good ones. I'm like, what even is in the Olympics? I mean, there's so they got the Summer Olympics or swimming, but I mean, I don't what is how do roids affect swimming? Do
Yeah,
you
I
just go like turbo mermaid mode on it? I mean,
and I think too much muscle might even be bad for the
yeah,
pool.
you
That
just sink.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you just become a ball of muscle. Do you think they'll have testing for the game, but for the steroids games, but it'll be the opposite? Like if you test clean, they'll throw you out. Like
Um,
don't try to sneak in here as a clean athlete. Get the
yeah,
fuck out of
roids
here, bro.
only.
Yeah,
That's actually a good point.
just to make sure you're on some shit. Because there, it's called the juice games or the roid games, the
The
enhanced
enhanced
games.
games.
You got to enhance yourself with something.
Yeah, I guess like it's probably a really wide it doesn't seem like they're gonna check what type of enhancements you're using. So,
Yeah,
in theory, you could even if you weren't on any drugs, you could just be like protein shakes or
yeah.
something. I don't know. It seems like they're just like whatever you enhance yourself with,
Yeah.
Godspeed.
Yeah.
see
I
you see you at the finish line.
do want to see fighting too, like UFC or boxing, but I don't
Yeah.
know if that's an Olympic sport at the moment. I
I
know
don't think well, I
boxing.
know they have like don't they have like isn't I think some form of like karate
There's
and
wrestling. I think there's point
yeah,
karate, wrestling, and
there's
boxing.
some styles.
But I would like to see just enhanced cage fighting.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
They also have ping pong, which when you watch ping pong or even volleyball would be really good too. I just am imagining the ball in these sports going so fast. It's like a blur.
Yeah.
And if
Could
you watch volleyball or ping pong in the Olympics already, you already know what I'm talking about. It's insane.
imagine could you imagine trying to return a serve from a roided out Japanese ping
I
pong player?
no.
Just
I think
he
at that
walks up to
point
the
it's like a
table.
bullet flying through the
Yeah,
air.
yeah. Like you
You
already
need to
can't.
wear goggles when you go into the match. So they're like, now that this is roided up, you could lose an eye.
Yeah, seriously. Do you ever watch those videos on YouTube where it's these insane ping pong rallies and you can't even see the ball? You're basically
Yeah,
just
you
seeing the
just hear the
paddles
ping.
wave. Yeah, I'm like, I guess there's a ball somewhere. If
Mhm.
those dudes were on roids, zero chance.
Yeah.
They'd have to
You
make it
could
like a
give somebody a
neon ball.
haircut, honestly, with, like, the ball just flying by.
Yeah, or a head cut, just a hole through their
Seriously.
brain.
They start playing ping pong with, like, helmets on.
Yeah,
It's that serious.
the first case of CTE from ping pong.
Yeah, it's possible. We'll see. I mean, I'm here for this. There are some naysayers. So Anna Moraes, a former Olympic gold medalist who serves as Australia's Olympic chef chef de mission. That
Sh-
doesn't make sense. They're Australian.
Mission chief,
You would think it's mission chief, but
chef.
it literally says chef de mission. So
That's weird. Is it a French article?
oh, well, here we go. For the I guess it's because that's their role for the Paris Summer Games. So
Got it.
yeah, the
Got it. Yeah, yeah.
mission chief for the Paris Summer Games told The Guardian that this idea is a joke, to be honest, unfair, unsafe. I just don't think this is the right way to go about sport.
It's fairer than the alternative because
Yeah, what's
people cheat
unfair about it?
in the alternative where they test for steroids and then you have clean athletes competing with athletes who get away with it because
Yes,
they
that
can
is what
afford.
the Peter and our lawyer doctor mentioned in the article as well, was that,
Yeah.
like, there are athletes that get away with it and then go on to compete in the Olympics
Yeah.
that are, like, on roids while majority are not. So this kind of allows maybe to limit that. So people that are just on roids don't feel like they need to hide it. They can just come over to the enhanced games and be roided out.
Yeah, there's a really good book called The Balco Scandal, and it's about this lab back in the day. The lab was called Balco, run out of San Francisco, and this guy was basically this head chemist that was making it his life's mission to make the ultra dosage regimen for performance enhancing drugs, and he was working with the athletes that could afford him because he obviously charged for his services, and then he'd create a team of chemists for guys like Barry Bonds and Tim Montgomery in sprinting, and then eventually Balco, the lab, got caught. Victor Conti, the head guy, got caught. But that wasn't the end of steroids in sports. That was just the end of an era. Now you have all these things more underground, and you have top chemists and these teams that are always ahead of the policing organizations
Mhm.
like USADA, and the top athletes will be the ones that are able to afford them. So you have like these athletes trying to break in that are there's a better chance they're clean versus the people with sponsorships versus the people with the millions that can hire a full team that are like, I can beat these tests with my wallet and get
Mhm.
away with it. So I think the enhanced games are fairer. I don't think that girl knows what she's talking about.
I agree on that. Now, unsafe, we don't know. I don't know if it's really any more unsafe than the Olympics. If you look at some of the crazy shit they do in the Olympics, I mean, I would die on sight. Like those ski jumping and all that stuff. I mean, it's already pretty unsafe. So,
Yeah.
they're already risking it.
Do
So,
you
yeah, I think this
I
is a great idea.
I would like to see just a full just so you know how when you go to a sporting event and you show up early, let's say a baseball game, you can see batting practice, you see the players stretch out, you see their pregame routine. I hope they have the same thing in the enhanced games, but you see the players do the injections before the games where they're stretching out, and then their trainer comes over to them and is like, "All right, 250
Like pulls
cc's
down
right in the
their
ass.
ass
Yeah, let's
cheek. Yeah,
go.
pulls down their
just
pants.
just right the open, just poop, here we go." And then you're just like, "Damn, that is, this is the real VIP enhanced experience."
Yeah. No, I think that would be great, and I'm just imagining, like, Liver King, like, a lot of Liver Kings and juiced up people out there. I
Oh
think this
yeah.
is gonna be spectacular, so I really hope for the success of the enhanced
Yeah.
games.
I have one last question. Does Peter Thiel say anything about encouraging, or does he say anything about using the enhanced games as a safety net in case you fail the Olympic Games? Like, is he saying to athletes, you know, if you're in Paris already and you pop a test, you fail a test, we're right around the corner. So if you want to juice anyway and try to get away with it and you don't, you could still compete in our games.
He doesn't say that explicitly, but it does kind of seem like he's hinting to that
Yeah.
because he told the Post that the idea behind the enhanced games is to allow athletes to use whatever substances they wish out in the open. And honestly, unlike the Olympics, where 44% of Olympians admit to using banned substance while only 1% get caught. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of just seems like, yeah, come on over
Yeah.
and be out in the open with it. Let your enhancing drugs, performance enhancing drugs, just be out in the open with pride.
Yeah. I think we'll see, maybe there will be some crazy things that happen, some health things, but at least people know what they're getting into with the enhanced games. It's not hidden.
Yeah.
And if I end up, flying to Paris, it's not to see the regular Olympics. I'm definitely going for the
I would
enhanced Olympics.
absolutely go.
If I'm an athlete, I'm juicing my face off because, like you said, if you get caught, you could just call Peter Thiel and be like, "Hey, I'm one of the top sprinters in the world. I just popped for Winstraw. Can I join the
Yeah.
enhanced games?" And he's like, "Yeah, take more. Like, why are you even telling me? It doesn't matter. Just come over."
Yeah, I absolutely wanna get a full press pass into this,
Yeah.
into the enhanced games so I can interview the athletes and their managers/coaches, their
Yeah.
teams. I wanna be on the ground with the
Yeah.
athletes.
I definitely want to do an interview with someone who goes to the games this summer. In person would be sweet, but like to have someone on the show to just kind of run us through what the enhanced games were like, we should definitely try to do that.
Yeah, well, keep listening, our
Yeah.
friends, and we'll give you all
Yeah.
the info we got on the enhanced games.
So, speaking of enhanced, there are people that are looking for different types of enhancements to battle their traumas.
Mhm.
And one of those things is an adult diaper spa. Have you
Okay.
have you heard about this?
I actually did just last night saw something on TMZ about a town that put in a diaper spa.
Yep.
Okay.
So this comes to us from boston.com, and the name of this article is "What's a diaper spa and why is it raising eyebrows in New Hampshire?" And it reads, "People tend to feel anything that they fail to comprehend," said the owner of the diaper spa. I love how it's just called the diaper spot too.
That's it.
No
That's
room for
the name.
confusion. Yeah.
Yeah, like this is a spa with diapers. Like
Yeah.
put one on.
A new people tend to fear anything they fail to comprehend. Said the owner of Diaper Spa, a new business that's stoking local controversy. A debate over a new spa is brewing in southern New Hampshire, where some residents in Atkinson are taking a stand against the Diaper Spa, a nursery like business for adults who role play as children and, yes, wear diapers. According to the website, the Diaper Spa is open to all diaper wearing individuals who seek acceptance, respite, and care. Photos of the spa's page show a space decorated with the soft comforts of a nursery, complete with toys, folded diapers, and an adult size crib.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So one question, like the first thing that came to my mind was like, I didn't realize that there's like a couple things that come to mind. One, I didn't realize that there were that many people in the world that had this desire.
In New
I know that
Hampshire,
there are
there are,
some, but
apparently.
well, that was my other thing was that like, is there really that many people in New Hampshire? Like this sounds like it's just one guy's dream. That was like, I know there's more like me out there. But
Yeah.
I'm like, you would probably have had a better customer base in New York City or LA or some city in Florida, somewhere where it's a little bit more of a metropolitan area.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like if you're going to experiment with a business, you want to do it. This person might have been trying to keep it under wraps and
Mhm.
starting a diaper spa in New Hampshire. You're kind of
Yeah.
off the
That
grid.
that backfired.
And then people started finding out about it. Maybe someone posted a picture on Instagram.
You can't have a big sign that says diaper spa on it
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
You needed to name it something else.
But maybe he'll expand. Maybe if it does well in New Hampshire, they'll go, all right, we're opening one in New York, Chicago,
Yeah, we're going
LA.
down the coast.
Yeah. My thing is, I think this is like ayahuasca for pussies. I think that there's people that are experiencing trauma and they had something happen to them in their childhood. They're obviously looking to, reclaim something that went wrong.
They wanna feel baby.
They want to feel baby. They're trying to get in touch with their inner child. So they're dressing up as a baby and sitting in an adult crib. It's like, no, fuck that. Like, fly to the Amazon like an adult, sit with a shaman that's gonna blow your face off and drink the tea. Just indulge in
Yeah.
the ayahuasca and go to another universe and cry like a baby there. Cry like a
Mhm.
baby in the dirt in the Amazon, face down, fearing for your life
Mm.
because I feel like like seriously when you have an experience like that and I've never had a full psychedelic experience but I've had enough to where I could definitely feel some shit happening. You start to actually rewire the way that you think about
It's what
stuff.
everybody says when they do mushrooms, it, like,
Yeah.
changed their life.
And it's like, what's rewiring when you're shitting yourself in a crib? Nothing. You're just an adult that's still traumatized
Yeah.
except you're in a diaper.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I'm constantly torn between, like, wanting to let people live their lives without judgment if it doesn't, like, affect me in any way,
Yeah.
but then there is just something that's just like, "Bro, that's a little fucking weird."
Yeah.
Like, you wanna wear a diaper and crawl around and act like a baby.
That's weird as fuck. Would you ever hang out or hire someone that you knew did that on a regular basis? Like if
Um,
they left work and, one dude's like, "I'm skipping happy hour for pickleball," and someone else is like, "Nah, I gotta go to the diaper spa, and some lady's gonna breastfeed me while I shit in a crib." I would just be
wow.
like, I'm
I would
never
go home and think more about
Yeah, yeah.
it. I wouldn't be able to just let that one go. I would have to really process it.
Yeah.
'Cause it is strange. It's like I feel similarly about it's almost weird. It's like I feel it's more bizarre than, say, a furry, which, just a reminder for the listeners, furries is it's like when you dress up in like a animal mascot and that is your thing. You like doing that. But this almost feels even weirder
Yeah.
because it has like a hint of like pedophilia in it.
Yeah,
Just
it's
just
like
a just a little zest. It's not
yeah,
full pedophilia, but it's
it's just
just like you can smell a little bit of pedophilia.
yeah, you're not drinking pedo juice, but it's around the rim.
Yeah.
It's crusted with pedophilia.
Yeah, I feel like you open up a cabinet and there's pedophilia, and then there's, like, adults that like to wear diapers and
Yeah.
pretend to be babies. Like, not the same, but
Yeah.
they're really, really
They're
close.
yeah, you could you if you were reaching for some pedophilia, you might accidentally grab an
Yeah,
adult baby and go, "Well,
exactly.
they were right next to each other. I'm not the one who's
Yeah.
at fault here."
Yeah, and I made a mistake of last night when I saw this because I get TMZ notifications on my phone. So of course I saw this headline. I had to click on it. And a part of like the article, at least for TMZ, was they put in a famous, I guess a popular adult baby that goes by the name Riley Kilo.
I
Um
did not see that.
So they have a YouTube page and Twitter, and have a website called staydiapered.com, the diapered life of Riley Kilo. So I made the mistake of clicking on
Yeah.
some of these links, and it's just very disturbing seeing an adult in a diaper and
Yeah.
pigtails.
See, I respect the furries more than I do the adult diapers and the diaper spot because I get what the furries is about. People have a kink, they have a fetish, they dress up as animals, and they fuck each other's brains out. I feel like the diaper spa, they advertise themselves as a way to heal trauma and as a
Mm,
way as a form of therapy. They're hiding behind that instead of just saying, "Hey, if you're weird and you like shitting yourself in a diaper and you like being
yeah,
treated like a kid," which is, fucking it is
yeah,
weird, "come here and do that." Like be the furry version of a baby. Like
yeah.
furries aren't like people don't say, "Yeah, I'm a furry because, I'm trying to get over the death of my grandmother." They're like, "I'm a furry because I like doing it." I feel like these people
Yeah.
are they're almost using trauma as a shield for their weirdness, which I don't respect. Just come out and say, "I want to be a baby."
I mean, don't we all wanna be a baby? But, we can't. And something about the websites that I clicked on, like, it does feel sexual, which is what is so disturbing about it, because it's like you're being a baby. I'm supposed to be like, "Oh, goo goo gaga," but you also wanna get, like, laid? Maybe? Like, I don't know, something here, the sauce is just not
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, because you're also getting changed too. So someone's putting a diaper on you and taking it off. I could see
I'm
uh
gonna send you this website because you need to just see what I'm seeing, so I'm gonna text it to you. Do you have your phone?
yeah, I got my
Alright,
messages.
this is gonna be great. Your girlfriend's gonna look through your phone later today and be like, "What the fuck?"
Amazing. And babe, I have a new kink.
You just wear a diaper later.
Yeah.
If you look on this website and just it looks like their blog and you scroll down their blog, there is like it's sexual.
Stay diapered. Yeah, so this is a person this is not a spa. This is just a person blogging about being an adult baby.
Yes, but they are very famous for this and are basically they're kind of like the face of this kink almost.
Yeah, it's giving me anime porn vibes,
That's
especially
what I'm
with
saying. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I think
Sorry
the
to
whole
disturb you. Like,
no, no. I mean, I picked this story. I want to know more about it. I think regardless
I'm
of
disturbed.
regardless, well, by the time we're this podcast has run its course, we'll both be in need of dire therapy.
Seriously.
But I like I don't know. It is weird. Like, do you think? Okay, you know how Angelina Jolie has adopted pretty much every type of baby, every
Yeah, one of
race,
each.
gender, sexual. Yeah, like she just goes around the world and is, I'll take this, I'll take that. Do you think
She had
she
a phase where she was highly shopping
Yeah.
for orphans.
Oh yeah. Do you think she sees the adult diaper babies and goes, "I don't have one of those yet.
She might.
I could use an adult to diversify my baby portfolio."
Yeah, or maybe like her kids are all getting older, and so she's like, I need one that'll just stay baby forever.
Yeah. She tries to turn her kids into a diaper baby. She's like, "Look, you can't leave me. I need an excuse to coddle and breastfeed you
Yeah.
and, just give you the baby experience."
Well, be careful. We know how that goes. I mean, Gypsy Rose, her mom is a goner. So we know
Yeah.
how it goes when parents try to what is that called too? That's a thing. That's a medical
Helicopter or
no.
like smothering.
What is the disorder called when you gypsy rose your child?
Yeah. Gypsy rosing.
Okay, Munchausen
Munchausen's,
syndrome.
yes. Okay.
Yes, yes.
So I actually didn't know a lot about the Gypsy Rose story, and one of my favorite podcasts that I listen to, the Adam Ray show,
Mhm.
um it's called About Last Night with Adam Ray. He plays Dr. Phil as a character. Like he'll get in full
Okay.
makeup and just call the show live with Dr. Phil, and he brings out people that also play characters. And he said at the end of the show, "And now Gypsy Rose Blanchard." And I thought it was a joke, and the real fucking Gypsy
Hell
Rose
yeah.
came out. And there were also two other comedians on the stage that were kind of weirded out by it being that close to someone who's in that whole murder story.
Gypsy Rose seems so chill though.
She
I'd hang
was
out
very
with
chill.
Gypsy.
She was very chill. So in my mind, I was like, is she like her? She has a publicist now that gave her the
Yeah.
green light to go on podcasts. We gotta hit her up.
Absolutely. No, absolutely you should. She seems really cool. I was familiar with the case from years ago. I watched The Act, which was like with Joey King, the actor, playing her. So I was familiar with the case and yeah, I felt bad for her going to prison. Like you have to I mean, at the end of the day, she did conspire to like murder her mother, but it was for a pretty good cause. And she
Yeah,
also didn't do the murdering and seemed very traumatized by the murdering as well.
yeah,
And yeah, so now that she's out of prison, she seems to have like honestly rehabilitated a lot of her life while in prison and
yeah.
seems pretty cool.
Yeah, she did seem pretty cool on the podcast. I'll send you the episode after the show. But there was at one point where she laughed a little bit and her giggle was a little bit too streaky, and I went, "Oh yeah, there's the
There's
trauma."
a oh yeah, there's a oh no.
There. I was like, "There it is."
No, it's there.
When's the murder gonna come out? And she
Don't
was like,
get too
and I was like, "Oh, that's the sound she made when she
yeah.
saw her mom stabbed."
Yeah, yeah. I want happiness and health for Gypsy Rose.
Yeah.
So, we wish the best for her, but yeah, no, I mean, this diaper spa, I'm
Do you want
just
to know how
wondering
much it costs? Because I have
oh,
the
please, please.
So Dr. Colleen Ann Murphy, the spa's owner, offers a range of services that include virtual playdates at 200 an hour, as well
Yeah.
as $1,500 a day diaper B&Bs, an experience that promises, again, using like healing language, it's promises rejuvenating pampering for the little one inside of you. Also kind of pedo language there.
Yeah.
Having a
I'm like,
little
wait a
one
second.
inside of you. Yeah. So,
Huh.
I mean, it's a lot of money. If you
Yeah. That
give
is a
me
lot of money.
if you're out there and you are a potential adult diaper baby, give me half of that and I will treat you like a baby for a day. Give me
Well,
$750.
so that's what diaper king themselves, diaper baby king prince, I'm not sure, Riley Kilo themselves said that they looked at the prices and said that they were insanely overpriced.
Really? Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean it is very expensive. If you give me, anyone listening, if you give me half of that, I will treat you exactly how I would treat my own baby, which is I would lock you in the car and do exactly what I was going to do that day regardless.
In
So,
extreme heat.
I will crack one window and treat you exactly like I would my own child.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to really I do want to know more about the adult diaper babies, but at the same time I don't. I'm
Yeah.
torn between wanting to know more and wanting to know less.
There is one kind of confusing thing at the end of the article where it says the vast majority of the diaper spa business involves telehealth services, which I'm like, are they're doing the diaper
It seems
spa thing over Zoom?
like Zoom therapy. I guess it's basically like a Zoom therapy session where you as soon as that camera comes on, you're a baby.
Yeah.
And they probably are just at the screen like, "Ooh, goo goo gaga," like shaking the little baby toys at the screen.
I mean, there are people who are getting off work meetings, like people who are accountants that are signing off of a Zoom meeting and then putting on a diaper, getting a rattle, and going on to a different Zoom meeting and living that life on the computer. That is insane.
Yeah, no, I'm trying so I'm looking up the TMZ article now because I thought there was a quote in here about what some of the locals around the area feel about it because that's what blew all this up. I thought was that locals in the area because it's like a small town. They put this diaper spot in literally a small town. Try
Yeah.
that in a small town.
Try that in a small town.
They did. They
I'm gonna
tried it
get
all
you.
right. So yeah, so they said this small town is home to roughly 7,000 people. Ba, 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 ba. Yes, overpriced. Okay, so yeah, some in the area are expressing straight up outrage and concern over the fact this place even exists, not to mention that they say is too close of proximity to parks and schools. So they're basically like they're not even separating adult baby and pedos. They're like, not
Yeah.
in this small town. They're the same thing around here.
You have a fully grown 45-year-old man getting out of his car in a diaper next to a playground and then walking
Right?
into the diaper spa. And the babies are like, you have to be so confused if you're a baby that's used to being around normally clothed adults. And then you see another giant baby
What's
and you're
going
like,
through the real baby's
what?
mind?
Like, what is, yeah, you're like, what the fuck?
Whoa. How
This
did you
like
get so big?
babyception? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking after this article now, they're going to have to build a fence around this establishment, a tall fence
I thought you were going to say
with a
kill
gate.
themselves.
I- Hey, I didn't say that. We
I
don't
said
want
that.
any
I said
babies
that.
taking their lives.
Yes,
Um,
adult or regular. I
no,
mean,
exactly.
look, there's always help, except the ones that are doing it on Zoom. I think if you do it on Zoom, you
Yeah.
have to end your life. If you don't have the balls to go in person and
Yeah,
act
it
like an
should be in
actual
person.
baby and own it, then just end it. There's no hope.
All or nothing in your world. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think they're going to need to kind of hide the entrance because I saw an overhead picture of the establishment and it's like right off the road. And it seems like the whole town is in outrage now. So they're going to need to put a tall fence around this place and a gate, because how can you now walk out of this establishment in your suit and tie and like just drive back to work after your hour-long baby lunch break?
Yeah, yeah. It's weird because it's like, what are they doing behind closed doors? Because it does. The more I think about it, and after you mentioned the whole sexual thing, and you showed me that woman's page, it does just sound like a BDSM operation that's disguised as a diaper spa.
It's kind of very much like just specialized dominatrix in a way, like it's just baby. That's it. I'm just
Yeah,
baby.
yeah. I don't know. I stand by my original statement, which is this is like ayahuasca for pussies. I think if you want to get in touch with your inner child, do some shit that's actually gonna shake it up. Don't put on a diaper. Don't put on some Huggies and then have an adult shake a rattle in your face for an hour and then go back to work. That's not doing anything for you.
Yeah.
And if that's a kink, say it's a kink, but like they have to I feel like they're in a confused state right now where they're
Yeah.
trying to straddle kink and healing. You got to pick one. Are you
Mhm.
healing people or are you
Yeah.
giving them a place to express their kink? Are you going to make like a baby BDSM club, which would be fucking weird as
Enhanced.
hell? But
Enhanced games.
yeah, the enhanced adult diaper baby games. I hope someone shows up in a diaper that's just roided out of their minds to the enhanced games.
They probably will. I mean, I don't know. There's probably some sort of side effect to those enhanced drugs that would involve needing to wear a diaper.
Yeah. I mean, it
But
might shrink your balls.
yeah. No, but the more you bring up the Zoom baby thing, though, I am just kind of like, but what do they do? I know what the baby does. The baby just bees a baby.
Yeah.
They just are a little baby. They don't do anything. They can't talk.
It's kind of hard
They
too cuz
just coo.
you can't take away your neck muscles as an adult. So you kind of just have to like
You just scrunch up.
kind of just
Yeah,
have to like
yeah,
go limp
exactly.
or like pretend like you can't hold your head up
Exactly.
cuz like you're so used to holding your head up now. You don't put any effort into it, but
Yeah.
if you have to not do that, I feel like it's more stress.
But what does the administrator of the baby therapy do over Zoom? Because in person, like you would, if it's a real baby, right? You pick up babies, you hold babies, you burp babies, you do things with babies. Like what you
Yeah.
can't take care of a baby over your Nest camera.
Yeah. I mean, if it was a real baby Zoom, the baby would probably just point at the camera and go like, "Ah," and then crawl
Yeah.
away or just push the laptop off the table
Yeah,
and
that's
wreck
true.
everything. If I was in this place, I would just show up, I would do my adult baby shit, and then I would crawl out without paying. And then if they tried to get me to pay,
Yeah, I'm just a
I would
baby.
just be like, "Ah!"
Wait, that is in Broad City. Shout out to Broad City. I think it's literally like episode 1 or 2 of Broad City. They
Someone pretends to be a baby?
Yeah, well, Alana and Abby are both broke girls living in New York City, and they answer a Craigslist ad to go over and clean someone's apartment in like a sexy way, like
Mhm.
for money. And they go over there and do that, but it's like an adult baby. And so when they're like, okay, we just like cleaned your apartment with our tits out, like give us our money. The baby's like, I'm baby. I don't have money. No, I am baby brain. And they're like,
I'm
"What the
baby.
fuck?"
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
a
they should have
thing.
seen that coming. That guy's just playing his
Yeah, he was
own
wearing a
game.
diaper.
Yeah.
Like he obviously didn't have any pockets, so why would he have a wallet with money?
Yeah.
Duh.
I just be like, "You're a baby? Well, then you can't stop me from robbing your
That's
apartment." And
right.
then I just
Well, then they
take his
did
watch and
proceed to
Rolex.
trash the whole apartment because they
Yeah.
were like, "Well, if you're baby, can you stop me from doing this?" And just like trash the whole place again. So,
Is that a
yeah.
service you can actually order in New York City? You can get, I mean, I'm not surprised, but you can just get some women to clean your apartment naked and then you
I
just sit
mean,
there.
you
You're just
can put an ad for anything on Craigslist, Zach. So,
yeah. You're just sitting there drinking a Topo Chico. Like, yeah, you've got to get under.
yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah. Yeah. Lower.
Absolutely. I'm sure it's pretty booming. I think that's actually pretty easy money, really. It depending on the money, like just clean someone's apartment like in some skimpy clothes is it doesn't seem like that bad of a day.
How much money would you have to get paid to clean someone's apartment for 1 hour butt ass naked?
Okay, well, it depends also. I would personally want to see pictures of the apartment cuz I'm not trying to go over there to
Same.
Hoarder Nation.
Or get killed and the
Yeah.
apartment is an alleyway.
Yeah. For 1 hour, I mean, completely naked, at least for me personally, it's gonna be quite a bit. It's like, I don't think I would be happy with one it's the hour that's getting me, because I feel like 10 grand is too little, like, I don't feel like that's enough. I feel like 25
10 grand
grand.
is high. I was going to say
No,
like
I don't think
2.
so. No, I mean, I don't think so. Not in New York City, like, 10
Okay.
grand is like, meh. That's
Yeah.
like, meh.
I guess
That's
if
a normal amount.
I guess if you have a rich clientele too, which in New York City it would be easy to come by.
Eh,
You could get a
yeah.
billionaire to give you like 20K to clean his apartment butt ass
Yeah,
naked for an hour.
absolutely. So, yeah, I would need minimum 10 grand. Yeah, that's the absolute minimum.
I would say if I got a guarantee that there was zero cameras, zero phones, and it was someone that wasn't going to try any shit,
Yeah.
I would do it for 5. But if I didn't get those
Wow.
if I didn't get those guarantees, like pictures could leak and shit like that, I would say it'd have to be at least 20, maybe even 50.
That's what I'm saying, like, it needs to be a 25 felt, like, right for me. Because when I think about, "Okay, I'm doing it for an hour," I wanna think
It's
about
1 hour.
how
That's the thing that's getting me. It's like in 1 hour I could have 2 grand. Like that's kind of a
but I
lot.
don't
That's
but
a
then
shit
think
ton for
about
1
how
hour.
quickly you can spend that, though, and for getting on your hands and knees ass naked, like, no, I need to it needs to be enough money that it's gonna take me a little bit longer to spend it. That's how I feel. Like 5 grand I could spend as soon as I leave the place.
Yeah.
10, 20. Now I'm like, "Okay, I got some money's worth. Now I can sit here and really play around with this money and see what I wanna do with it."
If it was a guy, I would need a lot more, but if it's just like an old woman that wants just a 30-year-old dude to
Hell
clean her
yeah.
part, I'd probably do it for 2, honestly, cuz I'm like nothing's going to
Depends on the
happen.
client.
Nothing's going to happen. I might get some cookies and lemonade. I know
Mm,
she's going to flirt with me for sure. That'll be a confidence boost. I get more than money out of it
yeah,
and I leave with 2K in cash.
yeah. I think the issue is that, yeah, that most of these clients would probably be men, and there would just need to be a lot of things in the contract.
Yeah.
No photos, like, don't speak to me. Also,
Yeah, don't say words.
don't speak
Yeah,
to me.
the
You
person
can
that
look,
the
don't
person's
touch,
like
and don't
trying to
talk.
tell you like how to take apart the desk to make it easier, and he's like, yeah, it's actually I shut the fuck up, don't speak to me.
Yeah.
If I went over, even if it was a dude and I was cleaning someone's apartment naked, and 57 minutes went by and they didn't say one weird sexual thing, I might be a little bit offended. Like I want one just like,
I
yeah,
feel like I'd
fucking
be able to
shake
hear
that
their
ass
thoughts. I
for
think I
sure.
would just be able to see it on their face.
We'll be able to hear people's thoughts pretty soon once Neuralink is figured out. That world is going to be a
Exactly.
disaster.
Yeah.
That's what's going to end humanity is being able to read people's thoughts. It's not going to be
Yeah.
nuclear war. It's not going to be a pandemic. It's going to be the entire world just starts killing each other.
Yeah. No, I would like to know less. I'd like to
Yeah.
know less about adult babies. I would like to know less about what's going on in everyone's mind.
Yeah.
Um, but so on the topic of games and baby fun, I don't know.
Hell yeah.
There'll probably be a commercial for something for babies during this big event this weekend. The Super Bowl is this weekend,
Hell
right?
yeah.
Because last weekend was Pro Bowl
Chiefs
stuff.
this weekend. Chiefs 49ers, baby.
Yeah, which sorry if you're fans of either of those teams, but I couldn't be any less interested in either of those teams. We could have had something great. We could have had the Baltimore Ravens versus the Detroit Lions. It could have been underdog versus two-time MVP Lamar Jackson. It could have
Yeah.
been amazing. And now we've got like the most boring of teams that are notorious for winning back in the Super Bowl. Like, woo.
This is
But
why we need the betting, though. This is where betting money comes in for the games that you have zero interest, like a Super Bowl where you have
well,
no
yeah.
allegiance. Just throwing money.
Well, you can bet. It's legal to sports gamble.
Yeah, that's why we need a sponsor for the podcast. But I was gonna say, like,
DraftKings.
I'm definitely gonna throw some money on one of them just to get my
Yeah.
blood going. Like, I'm gonna need my blood going somehow.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pick. So I actually am betting. Every year, me and my dad and my brother play like a bet from the beginning of playoffs all the way to the end. We pick winners, and then at the end, we do scores as well. And so far, my dad and I are leading it, but I'm winning. So yeah, a lot comes down to this final game. My dad is actually a 49ers fan because he's a bandwagoner. He has no affiliation with San Francisco at all.
When did he start becoming a fan, though?
A long time ago, he was a big Joe Montana fan.
Oh, so I mean, that's
It's fine now, but it's
yeah.
like you started this out of just bandwagoning.
Yeah, but it's kind of like someone who became a Mets fan back in 1986 when they won the World Series, but since then they've sucked ever since. So
Yeah.
like at least your dad has experience with the suck. So I
Yeah,
give
but
him
then
that.
he just pretends to be a Ravens fan during that time. It's like, no, 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 pick
Okay, yeah.
one. Because it
That would
makes
bother me.
sense. He's a 49ers fan because I mean, football history, it used to be the Baltimore Colts. They left us in the middle of the night and moved to Indianapolis. So Baltimore was left without a team for a while. And during that time period, that's when my dad was interested in the 49ers because we just straight up didn't have a team. So
Okay.
it makes sense like why he just picked a team he
Yeah.
liked and went with that and whatever. But yeah, he basically was Joe Montana super fan, Steve Young super fan. Then once they started sucking, he was like, "Oh my god, the Ravens. Look at
Yeah.
that.
So
Go Joe Flacco,
he
baby."
he's a fair weather fan. He's not tuning
Yeah,
into
absolutely.
games. He's not tuning into the, those 4-12 seasons by the
Yeah.
49ers.
And I don't respect that because I'm a Ravens fan and I hate the Ravens as much as I love them because
Y-
they disappoint me.
Yeah.
And I'm still mad about the way this season ended.
Well, you can tell your dad to suck on your adult diaper.
That's right. But yeah, so speaking of this big game, a Nevada brothel has offered the winners a free Sextravaganza.
Wow.
Yeah, can you believe? So, yeah, the winner of the Super Bowl could grab the Lombardi trophy and a whole lot of booty. TMZ Sports has learned that a Nevada brothel is offering the big games winner a Sextravaganza free of charge. Two workers at the famed Chicken Ranch brothel, which
Sounds like a
what type
barbecue
of
joint.
yeah, I'm like, do you got any hot wings there?
I'm
Like
more hungry than horny when I hear
that
that.
exactly. I'm thinking like I want a good chicken sandwich,
Yeah. I
and
would take
some
both.
fries. Yeah.
I would take some sex and some chicken, maybe after.
Absolutely. It sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
So, two workers there, Alice Little and Addison Gray, tell us that bookings for their services have skyrocketed this week due to Las Vegas's Super Bowl festivities. In order to thank the NFL, they've come up with this offer that either the Niners or the Chiefs would be hard pressed to turn down. They basically just said whoever gets the dub is gonna have like no holds barred orgiastic blowout of a time on their 40-acre campus. And yes, they literally said no holds barred, orgastic blowout.
I mean, it's a win-win situation, literally, because they're getting marketing out the ass, no
Yeah.
pun intended, and regardless of what happens, there's the possibility that these sex workers who are used to, probably a lot of raggedy, average-looking dudes
Also, yeah,
walking in
these
all
women
day.
are beautiful. I'm seeing a picture of them now, and they're very attractive women. So, guys, you might want to book your spot now. There could be no space left for the
Yeah.
Sextravaganza.
Yeah, it's a win-win. They're getting the marketing and they're gonna get railed out by some Super Bowl champion. So
Right? And they do say, they're like, if any player wants to invite his wife, girlfriend, please do. We specialize in threesomes, orgies, and swinger sessions.
Mm.
So the more the merrier. All guests, male and female, are
And
welcome to
that is where you got me. What is the website? What is it called again?
just search Nevada Sextravaganza, Nevada brothel. It's the Chicken
Nope.
Ranch.
Nevada Sex Offender Registry? That is not it.
Yeah, Chicken Ranch brothel. I don't know.
Okay.
Would Chicken Ranch brothel have a website?
Yeah, if it's
Ranch
legal, which it is,
brothel.
right? Yep, there it is. Chicken Ranch Brothel. Legal Nevada
Legal. That's an important word. Legal. It
courtesans.
has good reviews. 4.3 stars out of about 200 reviews.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of good-looking women on this brothel. They have a lineup too.
Oh, okay,
Air
cool.
Force Amy. Hello.
Hell yeah. I
I
like
know who
that.
she goes for. Yeah, there's a lot of fake boobs, which, I was
Oh, I
expecting.
mean, yeah.
But there's, all
They
different
honestly have
shapes
a
and
lot of
sizes.
types. Yeah, a lot of different hair colors, skin colors, vibes going on. They really do have a whole lineup. I feel like I'm like picking like when you play Tekken, it's like choose your fighter.
Yeah.
I'm like, let
Choose
me
your
choose
sex
my
worker.
yeah,
Choose
choose my
fake tits,
lady.
fat ass,
That's their super weapon.
chocolate skin. Yes. Finish him. Ah.
I bet there is probably a game like that on the dark web.
Oh, I'm sure. I bet it's on the regular web to
Yeah,
where our
true.
society is. This kind of reminds me of it's like the brothel version of what that mattress guy does every year for the Super Bowl. Isn't there a guy that advertises free mattresses for some sort of Super Bowl bet? Like if you win, you get a mattress, or if you lose, he'll donate money. There's like some mattress king somewhere in
Mattress
Texas.
King. I don't know the
And
Mattress King.
but he says that it doesn't matter what happens because just based off of the marketing and clicks alone, he makes enough off of mattresses to not care about losing.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's kind of like this brothel where it's like, okay, let's say the entire team shows up to get in on this deal, which is over 50 guys on an NFL roster. They're making probably all that money back and more with the Super Bowl week plus the guys that see it through this story that are now gonna, next time they're in Nevada, they're gonna go to this
Definitely.
brothel and drop like 2 grand or whatever on an experience.
Yeah, no, they seem honestly, this is great marketing, as you said, because they're also saying, sex is not mandatory for this special deal. Like you can just come and party. It seems like they've got a bar, kitchen, there's other stuff to do there. There's 40 acres of fun. But it
Yeah.
seems like, yeah, if you have that many people, I mean, a football team is huge. It's like one of the biggest sports teams in sports. Thinking of like coaching staff, players, first, second string. Then you've got like your physical therapists, like there's so many coaches too. There's like 1,000 coaches. There's a coach for every position in football. I swear to God.
Could you imagine if the 49ers win and Taylor Swift walks in with Travis Kelsey?
That's the wrong team.
Sorry, Chiefs. I fucked that up.
God, you're gonna have the Swifties coming after
I
us.
don't give a shit about either team. The Swifties can come after me.
Oh
The
my God, I'm scared.
the only there is a bet I saw actually on whether Taylor Swift is gonna make it to the kickoff or not, because
Because she's
apparently
gonna be in Tokyo.
she's gonna be in Tokyo and she has to time it pretty perfectly in order to make it to the game on time. So
Yeah.
I don't know what the under over is on that, but okay, so let me run that back. If the Chiefs win
Yes.
and Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey show up to the chicken fry brothel or whatever it's called, the chicken brothel. Is it just the
The
chicken
chickens.
brothel?
It should be called the chicken strip.
There's
The
40
chicken
strip
strip
clubs
makes
called that.
perfect sense. Yeah.
The chicken strip. Hire us for marketing. We'll fucking make you guys a podcast. We'll chop you some reels up for some free services.
Yes.
But but imagine Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey walk in, and Taylor Swift is just like, Travis, I want to see you rail out Air Force Amy, and I'm gonna
Damn.
watch and write a song about it. And Taylor Swift
Wow.
is just an absolute freak. Like, no one would have expected it. No one's gonna
I think
know.
she is a bit
No,
of a
no one's
freak.
gonna know because obviously there's no phones or anything allowed in this place. But those girls will know. They'll tell stories about like the day
These
that
are how
Taylor
like these
Swift came
old
in.
wives, these old legend stories, like
Yeah,
100 years from now,
yeah.
somebody's gonna be like, I once heard
I
that
I
this
saw
lady.
I saw Taylor Swift fuck Travis Kelsey with a strap on. That's gonna be the story that
Yeah.
these girls get to tell.
Yeah. I mean, I think I could see that happening.
Now I'm rooting for the Chiefs because I want that. I want that to be a possibility.
Yeah.
I want Travis Kelsey because like he's gonna be chugging champagne as soon as they win the Super Bowl, possibly propose, and then one of his teammates is gonna be like, "Yo, dude, we're all hitting the chicken strip. Do you and Taylor want to swing by?" And then Travis Kelsey has to have that conversation with Taylor. And he's like, hey, do you want to, there's this brothel. We don't have to do anything, but there's a bunch of teammates that are going there. And then we're going to go out after. And Taylor Swift is like, oh, I know about it. I'm going to watch you screw Air Force Amy. And then I'm going to bang you with a strap on right after you do that. And then we're going to go
She's
out
like,
to
oh, I've
dinner.
been there already, actually.
I have a membership. Taylor,
Yeah.
she takes the chicken strip punch card out of her wallet. It's like, this is my 10th time. It was gonna be free either way. So.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that would be incredible. The place's COO, Will Pacione, says he's anticipating a sizable uptick no matter what, because this is great marketing. It's in Nevada. Who doesn't want to go to the chicken strip?
Yeah.
And yeah, that the workers there are putting in overtime at the gym to prep for an influx of customers. So
Maybe
get
they're
your
enhanced.
reservations ready, people.
Yeah.
They
And
probably are enhanced.
they are. I mean,
They
I
are
saw those
enhanced.
tits. I
Yeah, I
saw
was
those
gonna
tits.
say.
This is the enhanced after party for
Yeah,
sure.
definitely. So I love this idea. If I was in Vegas, I might go to the chicken strip.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's voted #1 Nevada brothel of the year.
Yeah. I mean, I think it would also be funny just to see guys on the team try to bring it up to their wives in a nonchalant way if they win the Super Bowl, and they're just like, "Hey, some guys,
You know,
I've
like, I'd
never been to this
invited.
place before. I don't even know what it is. Apparently, like women get naked there or something. I don't know, but like maybe we should just go and check it out and see what
Yeah.
happens." You you don't go to the chicken strip and not get your chicken stripped. You it's like sitting in a casino drinking and then being like, I'm not gonna gamble, and then 30 minutes later you're just fucking like
Yeah.
you're taking out a mortgage for blackjack. You're not gonna show up to the chicken strip because they're gonna start serving you drinks. People are gonna get loose. They're gonna start,
Yeah.
ripping cigs inside and smoking J's because that's the type of
Yeah.
vibe it is. And then all of a sudden you'll just be like, that's not my wife. And
Yeah. So
that's
I
what
think
happens.
we'll know if a lot of the team went to the chicken Chicken Ranch brothel, chicken strip, because typically after the Super Bowl, like the Super Bowl winners basically don't sleep. They just immediately
Oh
start
no.
celebrating and partying, and inevitably all over Twitter and TMZ and the news, you see pictures and videos of them at the club and them marching up and down the street, like shotgun and beers. We'll know if there's just like a strange amount of like lack of photo evidence
If
of their
if you
celebration.
if you
I'll know that
if you
they were at
see
the chicken strip.
if you see 30 black Escalades pull up to the chicken strip,
Rather like either those are the Super Bowl winners or that's
the
Joe
Russian
Biden is on
mafia.
his way.
Yeah, Joe Biden's on his way out.
All of US Congress is at the chicken strip right
Yeah.
now.
No, TMZ is going to be stalking the
Oh
chicken
yeah.
brothel
There's
for sure.
definitely a couple guys posted up outside the brothel right now, just like waiting.
I mean, I feel bad for those women's pussies. Like some of these dudes are
No,
360
don't.
pounds.
They're enhanced. Don't worry
That's
about
true.
it.
But
Enhanced pussy power.
I just feel like because they've got to be used to just average dudes coming in, guys that are
Yeah.
going to Vegas for bachelor parties, and then all of a sudden an offensive lineman is in front of you and his dick looks like his arm and you're just like, I'm enhanced, but holy shit, I'm not gonna be able to walk tomorrow.
Hey,
And
they're true
it's free.
professionals.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
gotta put up or shut up.
I think they're totally capable for sure.
I believe in them.
I have total confidence. Again,
too.
now I'm kind of rooting for the Chiefs because I want the possibility of Taylor Swift being like, saddle up, Travis. We're going to
Yeah.
the chicken strip.
Yeah, I mean, if the Niners win, I think it'd be fun to see like little Brock Purdy, the quarterback there, because he looks like everybody's little brother, basically.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like he might lose his virginity. I don't know. He seems like he might be a virgin.
That would be a good
I'm just
story.
adding more context. I don't know for sure.
I mean, what better
He
way
just
to
has
lose
virgin boy energy.
what better way to lose your virginity than in a brothel on the night of a Super Bowl surrounded by Super Bowl champions?
There is
They're
no
all
better way.
they're all cheering him on like Rudy.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy, 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 Purdy.
Hell yeah.
He comes and they're all like, yeah, like the end of Rudy. They're holding him up.
It was a success. He
Yeah.
gets like another trophy
Yeah.
that's shaped like a pocket pussy or something.
Oh yeah, a golden one.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
When when
I'm here
after
for
you
whatever
fuck the
winner.
pocket pussy, after you fuck the pocket pussy, your dick turns gold too. It's got golden flakes on the inside.
Hey, I'm here
Yeah.
for it. So go whoever you want to win.
Yeah.
And I look forward to seeing them at the chicken strip.
100%. Look, there's another story, but I feel like we have to end on that. Like
Yeah,
nothing's gonna
yeah.
top the chicken strip.
No.
We'll save that for next week, for sure.
Yeah, no, I think that works. Like I said, people get your reservations in for the chicken strip. Sign up for your enhanced game. Start boosting right now. There's a
Yeah.
lot of amazing and incredible things coming here for you in 2024, including more breaking takes.
Yeah, and there's bonus episodes if you cannot just if you're like, I cannot go a single week without listening to Break and Takes.
So I know you can't.
With,
So
and you're just sitting there in your adult diaper going like, what? I need an episode. What? Breakingtakes.supercast.com is where all the bonus episodes lie. There's, I think 5 or 6 are up there now. There's another one going up there soon. It grows every month. And then you can also suggest topics and just anything for us to talk about on the episode. Send us stories and you might see the story talked about in the episode and we'll give you a shout out. So thank you guys for tuning in. Have
Yep.
an amazing Super Bowl. Well, by the time you listen to this, it's already happened. So by that time, I hope, Travis
you had a good
Kelce
time.
and Taylor Swift had a good time at the chicken strip.
Yeah.
And I insert winning team here. Boom. I hope they
Yep.
did well.
Yeah, it was fun. We'll see you next time.
Peace.